So everyone, welcome back, and let's get to making something right off the bat. The Carpenter. I'm gonna have to go ahead and come back here and grab one thing, and that is golden conductive pipes. So we've got a reasonable amount of sustainable power at the moment. It will continue on its own. That I went and checked out that oil well. It goes incredibly deep, and it looks like it's just massive. So let's go ahead and drop this in here. And let's go ahead. Oops. And that's Facebook beeping at me. Let's go ahead and put in this recipe, because I'm going to be making a Beelizer. Facebook, I don't care. I know exactly what you're talking about, Facebook, and I really don't care. So, did I put the Beelizer in wrong? I know I need water. Oh, yep. That's why it's wrong. Because I need water. Let's go ahead and come back here. And screw it, I'm going to make deep iron buckets. This is another feature of metallurgy, is you can make buckets and shears out of almost any metallurgy metal. So let's go ahead and come over here and grab some water. Really, Facebook? I know exactly what you're talking about, Facebook. And I'm not interested. So you can see the power generation down there. I really should fill that up. But, oh well. And figure out where this firwood plank came from. Really? Hold on. Okay. Now that's done. What? Oh, I guess it needs more water. Okay. So it's going to begin crafting a Beelizer for us. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to harvest some of this. I'm going to go ahead and say that I do need seeds because I plan on making apiaries this episode. Right, hold on. Okay, that's what I thought. It's the fact, or it's Minecraft sound processing now that's causing the issue. So, this episode, the rest of this episode, and a few of the upcoming episodes until I figure out some way of dealing with this problem, are going to have no sound, which is kind of a shame. No saplings and seeds. And let's go ahead, quick check on our bees. I'm going to let each of these generations run themselves out before I replace them. And I'm going to grab a stack of honeydew and basically everything out of here. But I'm also going to need a squeezer, which is going to require some sturdy casing and tin. But that's going to come up after I grab myself my Beelizer. Almost done. Come on, Beelizer, finish. There we go. So, what does the Beelizer allow me to do? Well, if I put honey in this top spot, and if I put a bee here, it tells me its traits. So, its active is rocky, and all of these stats. Let's look down. It's got temperature, tolerance 1 up and 1 down. Possible production, possible mutations. Huh? Ah, that's clever. But this allows us to analyze our bees. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through these, and we'll see. Ah, meadows marbled. Meadows, meadows. Meadows, meadows. Marbled, marbled. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff like this. And if a bee stacks, in terms of its drone, it means it's got all of the exact same stats. So, also, convenient way to store a stack of honey in your inventory. So let's go ahead and grab this. And honestly, I don't know anything about this beekeeping mod. I mean, yeah. I've interacted with it numerous times, I've messed around with it, but I couldn't tell you a thing about it. So this is a whole learning process for me. So let's go ahead, I'm going to drop this off here. And what we're going to do next is slowly lag out my game, but we're also going to make a squeezer. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves the amount of copper I will need, and the amount of tin, and 2 more glass. Bah. Okay. And we got a squeezer now. Grab golden conductive pipe. And let's head back here. Place that down. And we've got a squeezer. It's got no recipe in it. Well, let's fix that. Let's also look up apiary, which requires an impregnated casing. And requires a 1/4 of a bucket of seed oil. Which a 1/4 of a bucket requires, let's see, let's look up uses of this. It requires 12.5 seeds. So let's go ahead, I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to quick make myself another hopper. Okay, let's come back here to this. And yes, I'm very well aware that my setup is not efficient in terms of where everything is. I could do a much better job, and probably will. But let's go ahead. And I'm going to make another chest. Ooh. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this started. Whoops. Helps if I put the hopper connected to the right machine. So it's going to start squeezing. And given enough time, it will squeeze into seed oil. So I am going to let this run, and I'll be back in a few minutes once it's run its course. Really? Really, Cantanos? Fix yourself. Don't be warmongers. So I'm back, and I'm going to make something quick. I'm going to make wax capsules, because I need this to transport between the squeezer and the carpenter. But it appears that I'm going to have to go back to waiting for enough seed oil to be produced. So, I'll be back again. Okay, let's go ahead and analyze a few more bees. Marbled, 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 and marbled, marbled. Now, there must be some inherent difference in traits between those three sets of drones, but that's, I believe, 2 apiaries down. That one's done, this one's almost done, sort of, this one's done. And these two have some left. So let's go check on our seed oil. First, let's drop these off over the centrifuge. Okay, we're getting slowly closer. So, let's wait for the liquid the liquid transposer. I wish this was a liquid transposer. Let's wait for the squeezer to finish up, and I'll be back. Alright, so let's go ahead and make ourselves a apiary. Which is going to involve some fair amount of wood. Which I should have more than enough just kind of laying around. But maybe not. Alright. Let's hope acacia wood works. It does not appear to. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab another type of wood then. Like jungle wood. Jungle wood should work. But let's see. Nope, no casing. Let's see. Impregnated casing. Ah, it's unprocessed wood. Okay. And that should be enough. Okay. Let's go ahead and put this into the carpenter now. Bah. Okay. I'll get the spruce wood. This is slightly frustrating. Okay. And now this is going. And this will provide for us an apiary. Or the basis of an apiary. And this is done. Also, got a whole bunch of new bees. Which means that... Oh, this one's done. Which means that I'm going to be able to do something I wanted to do. Which is get my tree keeping started. Yes, there is tree keeping and beekeeping. And now I might be able to start experimenting with breeding bees. Oops. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and grab a stack of this, but first, apiary. We've made ourselves an apiary. Now, with an apiary, there are several things that I can do. First and foremost is I can make frames. Let's look into impregnated frames, which require impregnated sticks. And what frames do, and this much I do know, is allow you to generate more resources. So we've got, over here, we've got 3 frame housing in the apiary. Cool. Let's go ahead and grab this. And I'm going to throw Marbled Princess in with a Rocky Drone. And I'll let that go for a few iterations and see where that goes. Now the other thing I'm going to do is grab some of this. And I'm going to place this here, and I'm going to run a marshy one. This is heat up, so this is going to be a hostile environment. Yep. Okay. Are you going to be in a hostile environment? Yes, yes you are. Okay. So this is perhaps not the best place to do this. So let's quick find someplace that's better to do this. I don't know why I came this way. What I'm looking for is a better biome, so conveniently, and the reason why I built this house, or the house where I did, is so I can come over here to this biome, which is, in fact, better. Sky obstructed. Okay. And it's going to tell me, probably, that it's missing a... Oh, no, it's not going to tell me that. I guess it's not missing a... So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to put this there. And this is going to start contributing towards my tree keeping. And I'm going to grab my bone meal, and I'm going to bone meal both of those to make sure that they don't give sky obstructed to that hive. And actually, I'm going to convert a bunch of that into other stuff. Oh, let's go ahead. Okay. Marbled Queen with normal life, or with normal stats. And let's go ahead and start dumping off all of these analyzed ones back here. And let's go ahead and see how our impregnated casings are doing. Okay. Missing resources, seed oil. So let's go ahead and put more seed oil in there. And I'm going to need some way of generating more seeds if I want to keep making impregnated casings. Okay, and apiary. 7 more apiaries, which is far more than I need. Okay. And let's go ahead and knock this one out. Knock this one out. And that one's got a little bit left to go. And let's go ahead and drop those two that I just got out of that into an analyzer. Marbled, marbled, and marbled, marbled. And the Rocky Princess has some traits that are interesting. Let's go ahead and breed a Rocky Princess with a Meadows drone. And I'm sorry if you do know beekeeping really well and are kind of frustrated with watching this, but this is kind of what I'm going to be doing for a little while, on and off. Let's see. Let's breed you with you. Okay. And that one's still going. And I'm going to quick add a few more of these, bringing the grand total up to a very large amount. Marbled Queen, Marshy Princess with Meadows Drone. Not daytime. Oh, I guess it's not daytime. And I'm just going to breed these around randomly for a little while. Once I make it daytime again. So I'll be back if anything interesting happens. Okay, let's examine these meadows, which are meadow and meadow. Okay, well, that's the last of the apiaries are now in place. You are not finding the right flower because you need mycelium. And to save myself a very large amount of headache, I am just going to give myself mycelium. Place it down here. I do know where I can find mycelium. I do know how I can get mycelium. But, to be honest, I'm not about to go try and find some mycelium. It's not worth it. It would involve me scumming for Silk Touch, which I don't want to do, and basically just teleporting myself to the 8th dimension on this setup, which is a Mushroom Island flat biome world with a whole bunch of extra dense resources, or dense ores settings, for a few reasons. Mostly I was just bored. But back here, we've got this up and running. So, now we really enter the waiting game. I'll be back if anything progresses. If not, well, I'll also be back. So, I've got my stuff going for a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make my first frame. I'm going to make an impregnated frame. Now, there are 3 regular tiers of frames. Yes, framer. The untreated frame, the impregnated frame, and the proven frame. Proven frame can only be built from apiary villagers. Impregnated frame is made how I showed with impregnated sticks, and untreated frame is made with regular sticks. And then there's several other. There's chocolate frames, restraint frames, soul frames, healing frames, nova frames, which apparently cannot be crafted. And that's all there are for now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to... I'm going to pull some of these out that have run their course and analyze them. And then I'm going to get into deciding which one I want to give my frame. Marbled Rocky, okay. Common Marble, Common Rocky, Meadows, 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 more Meadows, Meadows, Meadows Rocky, Interesting. Common Meadows. But everything is marked. So let's go ahead. Oh, almost everything is marked. Common Meadows. So let's go ahead and put something that isn't a slow worker. Or if it is a slow worker, it's slow worker, not slowest worker. Okay, it looks like I've only got slower worker. Common Meadows, so let's go ahead and give you that. Meadows and Marbled. Yeah, let's go ahead and just start chucking things back in. Throwing science at the wall and seeing what sticks. And all that jazz. Okay. Okay. And let's see. Not daytime. Okay. Marbled marshy. So I think I'm going to continue with these marbled marshies. Marbled, marshy, marbled, and marshy. Okay. And I'm going to call this episode here, and I'm going to continue doing some beekeeping and breeding between this episode and next. So I'll be back, and I will see you guys next time.